Hey, so today what I'm going to be doing is figuring out what is going on with the vacuum leak on this car. I believe it's a vacuum leak. I'm pretty sure it is. We're gonna figure it out. If it's not today, then it's going to be another day. Let's see what we can do today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by taking off the air filter. We're gonna see what's going on. I've got some carb cleaner over here to my right. I'll go ahead and show you guys that, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray some of the vacuum areas down, kind of see what's going on. The best part about these old cars, I will say, it's you know, you can't just plug in something and, you know, read some codes and tell you what's wrong with it. So like I said, we're gonna figure it out. All right guys, so the next step that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire the car up and then I'm gonna spray some of the areas and see if the tack changes or if it revs a lot higher, depending on what I spray. So hopefully, you know, we get some kind of result, but that's kind of the next step that I'm gonna be going with. Now I'm going to use my iPhone and I'm going to go ahead and record on the inside, see what's going on. Okay, so what I'm going to now do, since spraying and praying doesn't seem to work unless I'm doing completely wrong, which I might be, and you know what, that's okay, I'll figure it out. But what I'm going to do now, I've been doing some research. I'm going to try the pinch test, so I'm going to pinch a couple of the hoses, see if the idle smooths out. I adjusted it, it was running a bit rich. But yeah, I'm gonna do that next. So yeah, let's hopefully this works. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop for today right now. Honestly, I've done the pinch test, I've been doing some spraying, I can't figure out what is wrong, so I'm gonna regroup. I'm either gonna be working with my brother Cole when he comes home, hopefully, but yeah, or I'm gonna be talking to my dad. But I'm gonna take a look deeper, since this is as far as I've gotten, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks. Okay, so now we're on day 2 of trying to figure out what's going on with this car. Yeah. What's up, Cole? What's up? Bit rich?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What was that like? Okay, so we've been messing with the vacuum for a while.
You gotta mess with the idle, probably the timing a little bit.
I don't know, this just started happening where we'll warm it up like now, we'll go on a drive, and what happens is everything will be fine. Turn the car off, wait maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then when you start driving again, you come to a complete stop and go. The vacuum will drop and stay at like 5, and when you're going about like 30 miles an hour, and it's just like hesitating to go. Turned the idle switch in a little bit, so now it's idling at a good 900, 850, 8 to 900, 850. RPM is usually good. Our vacuum is also looking good. So that's what we're doing right now. It's just gotta warm up. I'm gonna pull it out, go on a drive, see what happens.
guys can kind of hear it when he takes off. So you guys kind of heard it. The Galaxie didn't change at all after the first couple of test runs. So what we ended up doing was Cole changed the, well, I guess adjusted the idling screws on the carb to kind of see if that would make a bit of a difference. If it would stall or if it would run better, seeing how high that it would rev. That's kind of what our next step was in this process. A little bit of an update after the third drive that we decided to kind of diagnose what's going on. We're gonna check the timing, go from there, see if that makes a difference. Because at idle, which you guys have seen, it's fine. There isn't anything misfiring, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's the next step, is timing. So my dad was able to take a look at the timing here, kind of see what's going on. We adjusted the distributor just a little bit to kind of see if the engine will like it or not, as my dad put it. So we took it out for another ride. Do you know what you're doing?
No, I have no idea.
Fourth time. Look at that. All right. So after the test drive, it still ended up with the same issues, if not running worse. So we went back to the drawing board. My dad adjusted the distributor again to see if it ran better. We kept checking and seeing if the timing was an issue. It really wasn't, so we ended it there. What's going on, guys? I think we're on day 3, if I'm not mistaken, of trying to figure out this idling issue with the Galaxie. So after taking the carburetor off a few times, Cole took it off again with my dad. They adjusted the accelerator pump kind of to see if that was the issue. Compared to the Ranchero, it actually looks like it is a little bit less tight. So I'm going to take it out for a drive and see kind of how it performs with it looser. So we'll, see if that solves the problem. All right, just an update in park. Everything's where about should be. 20 with the vacuum, 950, and then we're basically warm. So I'm gonna take it for a test drive and hopefully this works. Couldn't even make it up the street. This thing dropped to 2, basically died. So we're gonna see what's going on. Alrighty guys, so I took apart the whole carburetor, cleaned everything out. Took care of that little valve that's focused right there. Took that out, cleaned that out. Cleaned the whole thing out, took this apart, inspected everything, cleaned off the screws on both sides, the auto mixture screws. I double checked my accelerator pump. Accelerator pump should be good. Fully open, checked it out, everything's good. Measured it. Took me forever to get this tube right. Should be good to go. I'm sure these front and rear bowls are on nice and tight, not too over torqued. Next thing I gotta do is just put it on the car, fire it up, see what we can do. You got it. You gotta use just a regular 1/2-inch wrench. Use a closed end, a bit easier. So what I like to do next is put all the hoses on. I'll stick on distributor vacuum hose right there. This down in here. Tighten that up nice and good. Again, not too over torqued. Make sure it don't come off. There you go. So this vacuum port is a bit of a pain to get on. But you just gotta, look at it, make sure it's all the way on there. I've done it a bunch of times. Oh, you gotta muscle that one on there. You always want to make sure that these these clamps that you're closing are always in a location that you can access. You don't want to make it harder on yourself. Learned that from previous owner William. More vacuum problems, man. All right, I'll call it good right there. So next you got to put your throttle linkage together. I like to do this first before you put on the springs, which you have one right there and two right there. Just because it's a little bit easier, there's a little less slack going in there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slide that nut in, bolt, sorry. Little retainer nut right here. And you're gonna slide it right into here. Boom. Sit nice and flush. And you get your other hand. I'm gonna slide that over on the other side. You're gonna get two 11-inch wrenches, and you're just gonna tighten them on. You don't want this thing too tight. Get a little wiggle room. You just gotta tighten those on. You have to have one right here. I put the closed in here and the open end on the inside just so you can hold this, otherwise this is gonna keep spinning. All right, Cole, what is the conclusion we've come to?
So where we left off the other day, I was putting everything together and on. It was leaking still from the front bowl, so after a couple times of taking it off, which gets really frustrating, I replaced all the gaskets on that front bowl so no fuel would leak out. Tightened down everything all over again, and it boom, fired up, no problem. I think honestly, and we didn't have that problem. We took it for a test drive. Everything worked out fine. I'm gonna take it out today, take it out to school. You know, that should be the good test. I think what ended up happening was maybe there was something clogged inside the carburetor in one of the blocks maybe. I'm not too sure, because at the end of the day, all I did was take everything apart, all the bowls, the front, the back, replace the gaskets, got my dad's air compressor gun and just aired it all out, used carb cleaner, cleaned everything out. I cleaned off the fuel nozzle that goes in the middle of the carburetor as well, put that back in. So I mean, as far as we know, everything's fine. Haven't had a problem since, so that's where we are right now. So
cool. We'll do a quick little wash on this car, and then yeah, we'll end it there, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.